All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So, my goodness, I was incredibly wrong on my last video, so I'll talk about that a little bit. But, this one's going to be a little bit of an interesting video. I'm going to talk more markets than tickers, and then I'm going to take us into the fireplace. All right, it's this right here. Just kind of talking about what's going on in the market right now, right? So, it's tough out there, and I'm going to start with this and I'm going to end with this. One of the roughest parts of a tough market and being a relatively decent trader, I don't want to say good, I don't want to say great, let's just use the word decent, right? It's tough watching a bad market feeling like you're better than the market because we've got strategies, we've got lines, we've got this and that, and things aren't working. And again, I started with saying my last video was wrong, and I took the bite end of that. I was trying to do some day trading. The normal swing trader in me that wants to hold and watch continuations took over, and yeah, that's not what's happening right now, and it hurt actually, you know what I mean? So it happens though, right? Hey, life is all good and this and that, right? But the point really is, when things are tough, man, the best thing you can kind of do is just admit it's tough instead of forcing it. And death by a thousand cuts happened to me what's now probably 4 years ago, just before I started the YouTube channel. And it happens quickly. Just a bunch of little losses add up, and I always call myself this like crackhead gambler. I like the rush of putting money in the market and watching something happen, right? And man, it adds up quickly. So be careful and don't let the toughness sway you. There's a decent amount of strength in doing nothing when it's appropriate. You know what I mean? And like there are so many things you can do to win, right? There are definitely winning things that can be done, but for someone like me, it's tough because that's not my normal way of trading, and it's hard to do abnormal things in tough conditions. You know what I mean? So, just some food for thought. All right. So from there, we're gonna talk about the markets, and then yeah, I'm kind of gonna go back into the fireplace and kind of say this first part again. So you can totally skip that if you listen to all that. All right. So what's happening in the markets? Two things: the 50 moving average on the daily. All right, that's the first thing that's happening. And then Nvidia earnings on Wednesday. That's the 1-2 happening right now, okay? And obviously the immediate is this 50 moving average, because you see it on the S&P 500, you see it on the Nasdaq, or right there as well, and you see it on the Dow Jones. We're right there as well. So all three of the indices went from looking really good in the beginning of last week to starting this week testing the 50, and like the scary side of testing the 50, right? Look, you can see that we haven't gone below the 50 in quite a while. And if you want to play the other side, that's where you start looking at inverse tickers, right? SQQQ is now trying to get over this 50 that it hasn't in a while. Did I freeze? There we go. If it does, there's a path to 16. If 16 breaks, there's a path there. There's some decent lower indicators right there, right? SH is an S&P 500 one, exact same 50 moving average, right? S Dow is the one for the Dow. Oh, excuse me. Same thing, right? Ooh, dude, double hiccup right there. Sorry about that, right? So, look, there are inverse tickers you can do. You can do nothing in the Discord, where at least there's like you can see it, right? It's a whole mess of random stocks, and that's really what I've been sharing too. I just basically look at my scanner and I try to see what looks good, and generally it's been random stocks, because what I normally trade, right? The BBAIs went from looking like they were going to escape all five to, are we about to lose the 200? I have no idea. Rigotti, when you're looking at the quant stocks, we're basically at the 100 moving average, if not worse for some of them, right? Um, Even open is went from, looks like it wants to break this and go like into the 11s plus, right? All of a sudden we're right back to this pesky little 810 line. You know what I mean? I mean, the tickers, what's enough, Oklo, I'm looking at this thing at the 100, I'm wondering if we're going to drop all the way there, right? I mean, all these stocks that I enjoy looking at, NNE's already under the 200, right? When we look at RR, I feel like I haven't talked about this one in forever, right? We just made the crazy run. We're basically under the 100 coming here, right? Serve is another. There are so many stocks that I love, right? I'm here trying to make them all random letters, but yeah, there are stocks that I'm just not looking at. And look, this I like this first one. I'll at least flash this one, BCAB. All right. Have I ever heard of BCAB before today? I have not. That is for sure. But there's some interesting things happening here, right? They just had earnings. They just escaped all the moving averages. It does look like today confirmed. I'm going to zoom out. There's a nice little gap fill opportunity happening right here. And look at this. This candle right here in December, Jesus, in October closes at a $1.02, that green line on top. That's exactly where we're at right now. So we are literally right there. I'm going to draw the line. I'll delete it shortly, but we're literally right there. And then there's nothing but basically gap fill till what? Arguably that right there at like a $1.35. Bottom of this, basically the half of that, bottom of that, right? So you go from $1 to $1.35. That's actually a very, very nice double-digit percentage, right? And as you look at the lower indicators, green over red on both, positive MACD, decent volume. Hey, BCAB, it's it's a random ticker that we're looking at right now, right? So it's tough trading. And listen, I know there are a lot of people, and you know what? Let's come back into the fireplace, because I've talked about the market, I've talked about the thing. Let's come into the fireplace. Look, this is just opinions, right? Death by 1,000 cuts. It's a phrase I hate but I love. All right. There is nothing worse than just all of these little 5%, 5%, 3%, 2% losses adding up. And that is what a death by 1,000 cuts is. Just little hit, right? And this is the condition where it happens, because what looks like a good setup doesn't hit, and it's tough to wait for confirmation because we're all a little greedy, right? Like, believe me, I've been there. I lost a heavy five figure, easy heavy five figure on death by 1,000 cuts. It's not like I lost like 20% on this day, 20% on this day, 20% on this day, and then boom, right? It really was so many little add ups. And the worst thing you can do is tell yourself you're decent, good, better, whatever, and try to force it. Because I've been talking about the army a lot, right? Like we're the general of our army. You can't send your army into a slaughter bloodbath. Like that's not how you're remembered in history, right? You wait for your moments to attack, and then you go. Look, sometimes you're forced. The good thing is we're not forced. You can literally do nothing and wait. There's a baseball analogy that Warren Buffett used to say. All right, we're not playing baseball. It's not like it's 3 strikes and you're out, right? You can literally take 1,000 pitches and wait for that number 1,042. That's perfect, and that's the one you swing at, and that's the one you go. You're not out at the 40th pitch, the 60th pitch, especially if you're actually doing nothing and just waiting. So look, I don't like saying what my money's in, right? Like that's not what my game is, but I can easily say I'm basically holding all my money. All right, like I'm not buying the deals, I'm not buying the dips. Like I like to average up, not average down, right? Like I buy in uptrends, not in downtrends. Again, I don't do this all the time. I'm not perfect. I'm just a dude, but that's the goal, right? And there's a lot of not doing anything. And really what I'm trying to get a little more disciplined in is, if I'm going to day trade, only day trade. Like, don't let my normal chart reader mind that wants to hold things for a couple days, because green candle after green candle after green candle, like that's not where we're at. Continuations are hard to get, right? And just be happy with whatever gains you can get. Don't force any misses. And really, one more time, doing nothing is man, I'll tell you, I'm a crackhead gambler. I really am. Like I love it, right? Knock on wood. I know not to bet my mortgage, and I know this is like I'm not dumb, right? But yo, I like the rush. Like watching a football game with $5 on it with a homie is way better than not. You know what I mean? Like there's something to it, and controlling that, yo, that's tough, but that's really what it's about. You know what I mean? So knock on wood, it's been a good year, right? Like I'm not here to brag about this and that, right? But between January 2025 and this November that we're in right now, hopefully you've done well, right? Like I've honestly done better than I have, and I did better than last year, and last year was one of my better years. And like I love this place, and it's why I do things for free, right? It's a beautiful two-way street we got. But I'm trying to tell myself, hey, it's been good. I wish I could get more, right? The Christmas rally and all this sort of stuff. Like Q4 generally does really, really well. Like historically, the end of the year rally is real. Like it's not a fake, thing, right? Um, and yeah, I'm just trying to control the greed is the goal, right? So look, let me know what you're doing, right? Like share your thoughts, share your strategy. Are you trading stuff? What are you trading? Are you actually like buying long investments now? Like what's your plan with that, right? Like let's share some educated thoughts with the team, right? So let me know your thoughts, let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Oh, I appreciate you so much.